Hello, Kelsey Taylor here. Welcome to our top list video. Now this week I'm going to be talking about my 5 favorite Tom Hanks movies. Now these ones have to be like when he's in the lead, not making a brief cameo. Now he's done so many good movies, I can only pick out 5, or I picked out a couple, like a few. I'm going to mention the honorable ones first. They are the Toy Story trilogy, The Green Mile, and The Terminal. Now, I know I'm going to leave off many other good performances, especially one that I still have to watch. I just rented from the library. So, who knows, maybe it will come to into my list later, but right now I can only pick out 5. As you can tell, I picked out around, 8 choices? I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite Tom Hanks movies. And let's get to the list. Number 5, Splash. This movie, I remember seeing bits and pieces of it on TV when I was younger. And I don't think I ever seen it all the way through until years later, like a few months ago, shortly before I moved. And it's a sweet movie about Tom Hanks befriending a mermaid. It's a comedy classic, and it's one of Tom Hanks' earliest movie roles, and I think this is like his second role, I believe. And it's just a really, really, really good movie, and so heartfelt. And Tom Hanks and I forgot the actress's name who plays the mermaid in it, but it's a great movie. You should check it out. I don't have that much to say on it, though. Number 4, The Burbs. This one I just watched recently, and it's a really funny movie. It's kind of surreal, too. Tom Hanks plays a neighbor who lives in the suburban neighborhood, and he has these crazy neighbors, and he and his crazy neighbors are trying to figure out the one clue about the one neighbor and his family living in this one house, and it's like one of those movies I can't explain without ruining a lot. And it has a lot of people in it. The late Carrie Fisher was in it, playing Tom Hanks' wife. And yeah, a lot of few people in this who passed away in recent years. But Tom Hanks, was really funny in that. And it's just a crazy, surreal movie. Maybe one of them you would watch around Halloween time. It's not technically a Halloween movie. Oh, I forgot. Corey Feldman was in it, what I thought was cool. I think he was like a teenager at the time. But it's a very, very funny movie. It's a good thing I, discovered it recently, because I didn't know how to feel about it at first. Like when I was watching, I kind of, dig the story even more, and it's a very fun movie. You should check out The Burbs. Number 3, You've Got Mail, or as the 90s used to put it, You've Got Mail. Yeah, I remember that so well. You've Got Mail was one of the Tom Hanks movies. It's kind of underrated. Like, I don't hear people talk about it as much as some of his other movies. And Meg Ryan is also in this, and it's been a while since I've seen it. It's a really funny, sweet, romantic movie, and it's a very, very, very nice movie. Basically, it's just them talking to each other on, through the old email thing. And keep in mind, this is before Facebook and social media, not like the internet is now. Like through, not Yahoo messaging, like AOL. There was AOL back then, like talking to each other online, sending emails, even though they haven't seen each other yet, or like they do see each other in real life from time to time, but don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's one of those movies I can't explain. I have to pick up the movie and do a review so I can explain it better. But Tom Hanks gives a good performance, and so does Meg Ryan. It's a sweet romantic movie. I just like it a lot. So that's number 3. Number 2, Big. This is one of those comedies that is so rare nowadays, and Tom Hanks was so funny in this. I love the story and the writing and the idea. Basically, this kid who's 12 years old wants to be an adult, and then he wishes it one night. He goes to this carnival and sees, that thing, and he wishes he were big, and then he wakes up the following morning, he's turned to Tom Hanks and get this job at this toy place where, he tests his toys and everything. It's just a really funny movie, a sweet comedy movie, and heartfelt. Like, a lot of Tom Hanks movies are really heartfelt, especially his performance and delivery of his lines, and it's just a sweet, sweet movie. If you haven't seen Big, it's definitely a must-see film. A classic one from the 80s. Now, here's my number 1 favorite Tom Hanks movie, and that is Forrest Gump. My mama always says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. How could you not love the movie? I think this is Tom Hanks' best performance so far. One of his best movies he starred in so far. I mean, it's one of those movies that, like, you have to see, to witness the life of this man. And, you know, such memorable moments in like, with him and Jenny, meeting new friends along the way, like Bubba, Lieutenant Dan Taylor, and talking about his mama, and it's a great life he had lived. And, I mean, Forrest Gump is definitely one of my favorite drama movies of all time, and definitely a must-see movie as well, if you haven't seen it. I mean, I love Forrest Gump so much. I believe I watched it ever since I was really young. Like, parts of it, like with the feather blowing, like when I was a little kid, that's the only thing I would pay attention to, is just pay attention to the feather blowing in the wind and not pay attention to the rest. But as I got older, I started to see the movie like all the way through and appreciate more. I just love it. And Tom Hanks' performance is great, and I almost can identify with the Forrest Gump character in a way, if you can figure out. That's one thing I keep secret about for myself, but it's such a great movie. Check out Forrest Gump if you haven't. So that's basically my top 5 favorite Tom Hanks movies. I know I have left out plenty of them. It's either because, like, I think they're good, just not my favorites, or I have not seen them yet. With that said, let me know what you think of this list, and what are some of your favorite Tom Hanks movies are, or his performances, because I really think he's a talented actor, and I'm glad he's still doing it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Adios.